Hi students, in this session we are going to discuss the concept of derivatives of composite functions. So far we have studied the derivatives of some standard functions. I am sure you all remember those formulas very well because we know that formula is king and concept is queen. Okay, so for the formulas for derivatives of standard functions and concept of composite function, you surely refer to the previous videos. I have given links for those videos in the description box given below. Students, after studying derivatives of standard functions, so far the question arises in our mind that how about the derivatives of functions like log of sine of x square plus 5, x raised to 4 minus 3 bracket raised to 6, and sine of root x or e raised to cos x, etc., etc. So here we can easily observe that these are composite functions. So in this session, let's study how to differentiate composite functions. In this context, the question you will be asked is that differentiate differentiate the following with respect to x. So here we are given the first function as y is equal to x cube plus 2 bracket raised to 5. So in the solution, let us first write down given function. Given that y is equal to x cube plus 2 bracket raised to 5, we have to differentiate this function. So differentiating with respect to x, we get, see, dy by dx, which is derivative of y, is equal to d by dx of x cube plus 2 bracket raised to 5. Here you observe that this function is a composite function and it is like something raised to 5. So if at the place of x cube plus 2 it is x only, then it will be like x raised to 5. And see, for x raised to 5 we have the standard derivative as derivative of x raised to 5 is equal to 5 into x raised to 4. Okay, so we are going to treat this given function y as something raised to 5. Okay, it is something raised to 5. Now to write down this derivative, we are going to apply this standard form as, see, for this something raised to 5. So like x raised to 5 derivative will be 5 into something raised to 4. Okay. So we have treated something raised to 5 as x raised to 5 and a derivative of x raised to 5 is 5 into x raised to 4. So we have written this first term as 5 into something raised to 4 and one extra term we are going to multiply here, and that is derivative of that something function which is x cube plus 2. Okay, see, again derivative of x cube plus 2 raised to 5, it is 5 into something raised to 4 into derivative of x cube plus 2, which is that something function. Okay, so this is the first term you have to clearly understand. Now to the next step, it is easy. Write down first term as it is. Okay, then see here, it is sum of two standard forms, so we can write the derivatives directly. Okay, as it is sum, so we are going to add their derivatives. So we know that derivative of x cube is 3x square and 2 is constant, so its derivative is 0. Okay, so see here, it is rearranging the terms 5 into 3x square. So we have 5 into 3x square into this bracket x cube plus 2 bracket raised to 4, and therefore finally we have dy by dx is equal to this 15x square into x cube plus 2 raised to 4 as required derivative, as required. Okay, let me explain it again. We are treating the given function as something raised to 5. So we are going to write down its derivative like this standard form. So its derivative is 5 into something raised to 4 into derivative of something which is x cube plus 2. So this is the mechanism. Okay, and to the next step, write down the first function as it is, multiply it by this derivative. So a derivative of x cube is 3x square and 2 is constant, so its derivative is 0. Rearranging the terms, we have the required derivative. Okay. Then the next given function is y is equal to root of cos x. So we have to differentiate this function with respect to x. In the solution, you write down the given function first. It is y is equal to root of cos x. Okay. Now differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of root of cos x. Okay, here we find that this is a composite function and it is like root of something. So if there is x instead of this cos x, the function will be like root x. So we have this standard derivative d by dx of root x. That means derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So for this root of something, the derivative will be, see, it is 1 upon 2 root of something which is cos x, and one extra thing, you multiply derivative of that something function which is cos x. Okay, derivative of root of something, it is like derivative of root x which is 1 upon 2 root x. So derivative of root of something is 1 upon 2 root of something into derivative of something which is cos x here. So this is the first important step. Okay, you note it properly. Then the first term as it is 1 upon 2 root cos x into, this is the standard derivative, we know this value, so derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Therefore dy by dx is equal to, rearranging the terms, we have minus sin x upon 2 into root of cos x as the required derivative. Now the next function is y is equal to sin square x. We have to find out dy by dx. So in the solution, you write down given function y is equal to sin square x. See here, the term sin square x, then the term sin x bracket square, and the term sin x square. So think over these three terms. See, sin square x is same as sin x bracket square. Both these terms represent the product sin x into sin x, but this term is different. This is the square of angle. So sin x bracket square is not equals to sin of x square. Okay, so here we observe that sin square x is nothing but sin x bracket square. So let's write this y as sin x bracket square. Here bracket is important. Now we observe that this is composite function and it is like something square. So we are going to treat it as x square. Instead of x, it is sin x. So we have derivative of x square as 2x, and so differentiating this something square, we have dy by dx. See, dy by dx is equal to derivative of this something square, and that something function is sin x. So treat this function as x square. So derivative of something square is nothing but 2 into something. 2 into something, which is sin x. And we have to multiply the derivative of this something, which is sin x. Okay. So, and this is in standard form. So finally we have dy by dx. dy by dx is equal to 2 sin x into derivative of sin x is cos x as the required derivative as required. Okay. Then the next given function is y is equal to e raised to sin x. So we have to find out derivative of y, that is dy by dx. So in the solution, you write down the given function y is equal to e raised to sin x. Differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to d by dx of e raised to sin x. Now here you observe that it is again a composite function and it is like e raised to something. So we are going to treat it as e raised to x. Instead of x, there is function sin x. And we know that derivative of e raised to x is again e raised to x. So for this derivative of e raised to something, we have e raised to something, as derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So derivative of e raised to something is e raised to sin x, that is something function, and multiply this term by derivative of something, which is function sin x. Okay, so this is first term as it is e raised to sin x into derivative of sin x is cos x, and so finally we have dy by dx. Rearranging the terms, we have cos x is into e raised to sin x as required derivative, as required. Okay. Now let's recall this solution again, particularly this step. Okay, have you thought about why one should take this step? We are taking treating this composite function as a standard function, and then we multiplying that something that replaced functions derivative. So what is logic behind this? Okay, is there any rule? So yes, there is a rule behind this step. I just told you the mechanism. Now let's go to the rule. Students, here is theorem for derivative of a composite function. Let's go to statement. What it says: if y is equal to f of u is a differentiable function of u, and u is equal to g of x is a differentiable function of x, such that the composite function y is equal to f of g of x is a differentiable function of x, then rule is dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. Now let's see how the previous example works according to this rule. Okay. Students, see, we have just solved this example. Now let's see how it works according to rule. For this, let u is equal to sin x then y becomes e raised to u, and therefore y is differentiable function of u. That means dy by du exists, and also u is differentiable function of x, so du by dx exists. Then according to rule, we have dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. So since y is differentiable function of u, let's differentiate it. So we have y is equal to e raised to u. Differentiating with respect to x, we have this derivative as dy by du is equal to e raised to u. Replacing this u by sin x, we have dy by du is equal to e raised to sin x. And also see, u is equal to sin x. So differentiating with respect to x, we have du by dx is equal to cos x. Now substituting these two values dy by du and du by dx from these two equations, in equation 1 we have dy by dx is equal to e raised to sin x into cos x. Okay, that means see, in the previous examples I told you just the mechanism. We are keeping this u and all these functions in mind and writing the derivatives directly. It is not easy every time or convenient every time to take functions for the compositions and all that. Okay, so we are going to write the derivatives of composite functions directly, not in this manner, but here I am telling you the how rule works. Okay, see, in this case we said that it is e raised to something, so here u represents that something function, so it is e raised to something which we wrote directly, e raised to something which is sin x, and then we multiplied the derivative of that something function, so derivative of u du by dx, it is cos x. We said that it is derivative of something, okay, and we multiplied that term directly. So it is not necessary to write down every time some letter for that composition and all that. Okay, we are going to write derivatives directly. Okay, so students, this is how the theorem for derivative of a composite function works. Now we can extend this rule for writing the derivatives of composite functions which contains compositions of three or more than three functions. So let's see the extended statement for this theorem. If y is a differentiable function of u1, ui is a differentiable function of ui plus 1 for I is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1. So it is like if I is equal to 1, the statement is u1 is a differentiable function of u2. If I is equal to 2, u2 is a differentiable function of u3, and so on. And last term will be un is a differentiable function of x, then dy by dx is dy by du1, that means derivative of y with respect to u1, you multiply it by derivative of u1 with respect to u2 into derivative of u2 with respect to u3 into up to so on derivative of un minus 1 with respect to un, and finally multiply it by derivative of un with respect to x. That means we can extend this rule for more than two functions. Okay, so it forms a chain. So many times this rule is also known as chain rule. So chain rule is for the derivative of a composite function. Okay, so let's find derivative of one more function using this chain rule. So we are given the function as tan of cos of sin x. So finding dy by dx, you write down given function y is equal to tan of cos of sin x. So differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to derivative of this given function tan of cos of sin x. Okay. So you treat this function as tan of something, and we know that derivative of tan x is sec square x. So derivative of tan of something is sec square of something, and something is cos of sin x. Okay, and you multiply this term by derivative of that something function, which is cos of sin x. Okay, so derivative of tan of something, it is like derivative of tan x, which is sec square x. It is sec square of something into derivative of something. So to the next step, you write down this first function as it is sec square of cos of sin x, and now again here it is a composition of cos and sin. So this is cos of something, and we have derivative of cos x as minus sin x. So derivative of cos of something is minus sine of something. So it is minus sine of sin x, and again you multiply it by derivative of something, which is sin x. Okay, so here chain of derivative is extended since there is composition of three functions. So to the next step, write first two functions as it is sec square of cos of sin x into minus sine of sin x, and now this is in standard form. So derivative of sin x is cos x, and therefore finally we have dy by dx is equal to rearranging these terms, we have minus of cos x into sine of sin x, this term, into sec square of cos of sin x as the required derivative. Okay, students, then finally let me provide you the solutions for problems that I asked you in the previous sessions. So the first problem was you have to find out derivative of sec x into 5 raised to x. So you check this solution and check out your answer. Okay, and the second function was y is equal to e raised to x upon cot x. So using division rule, we can calculate this derivative in this manner. So you check out your answer. Okay. Students, finally, like, share, subscribe and click the bell icon to get notifications of all new videos. Thank you for watching.